Welcome to Kermode Uncut from the ungodly land of Hollywood. Who's the most important film critic in the world? Turns out, in the case of Noah, the movie, it's the Pope. The press has been full of stories recently about attempts by the filmmakers to woo the Pope and to get his approval for the forthcoming movie, Noah. Firstly, there were the stories that Russell Crowe and Darren Aronofsky, the production team, had approached the Vatican and said, we'd like an audience with the Pope, and the Pope had said no, and this was seen as a snub. Then, press release issued just recently said in fact they did meet the Pope, not at a private audience, which is apparently what they wanted initially, but at a general audience, but they did meet him, after which Russell Crowe tweeted the following message: "Ciao Roma, my love for your eternal light just grows deeper. Thank you, Holy Father at Pontifex, for the blessing." Now, what's the significance of all this? Well, in terms of the filmmakers, it's very important. As you probably know, the production of Noah has been very troubled. It's an expensive movie. Did a blog recently about the fact that in many territories they're retrofitting it into 3D because they think that will help it make its money back. But as far as getting any kind of papal seal of approval at all is concerned, it's to do with getting the Christian audience on board. If you look back to what happened with The Passion of the Passion of the Christ was technically a foreign language movie. It was an art movie. It was a strange, very, very brutal R-rated film, and yet it took record-breaking amounts of money. Why? Because it was embraced by a community which is massive, and members of which went to see the film time and time again. There was a similar story, incidentally, around the time of Passion of the Christ about whether or not the Pope had seen and approved of the movie. The story issued by the filmmakers initially was that he had seen it, and that he'd given the quote, "It is as it was." And then there was a lot of toing and froing with the Vatican. Had he actually seen it? Did he actually say that? Was it really a papal seal of approval? Didn't make any difference. What mattered was there was the impression that the Vatican was on board. And clearly in the case of Noah, which has ruffled many religious feathers, I haven't seen the movie yet, I'm not sure that anybody has, but apparently it takes liberties with the biblical source, which is fine, because the biblical source is about somebody building a floating boat in which all the animals of the world are put to sea. I mean, liberties have to be taken, but it has ruffled some feathers. So they want those people to be on board. Why do they want them to be on board? Because it's a very, very lucrative market. Now, it remains to be seen whether or not Noah turns out to be a strange, edgy Darren Aronofsky film or an old-fashioned, tub-thumping biblical epic. It'll probably turn out to be somewhere between the two. My main problem with it is this. I'm here in Hollywood, I've been walking up and down the streets, and I keep seeing the poster for Noah. The poster of Russell Crowe with a beard, standing like this, holding an axe. And all I can think of is it just me, or is that just Gladiator in the rain?